He'll rap a little. He's a Muslim. But you ain't gonna do nothing but make a speech.
Muslims talk a good game, but they never do nothing. Unless somebody bothers Muslims.
Charlie, wait up.
We demand to see Brother Johnson.
Who the hell are you?
I'm the minister for Muslim Temple number 7.
Never heard of you.
Where is he?
Nobody here by that name. Wait a second. What is your name, fella?
Don't worry about what my name is. 2 witnesses saw Brother Johnson brought in here beat up. Nobody saw him brought out.
You didn't hear the sergeant? Outside.
I suggest you look outside that window.
Jimmy, come here a second.
Yes, we intend to see Brother Johnson.
Who the hell are they supposed to be?
They're brothers of Brother Johnson.
Eddie, let me take a look at that blotter. Yeah, we got a Muslim. Relief must have put it down.
Must have.
Yeah, but you can't see him. Because you ain't his lawyer.
No lawyer, no see.
Well, until I'm satisfied that Brother Johnson is receiving proper medical care, nobody will move.
Get an ambulance. Now!
All right, break it up. You got what you wanted.
No, I'm not satisfied. To the hospital.
All right, that's enough. I want these people moved out of here.
Fruit of Islam are disciplined men. They haven't broken any laws. Yet.
What about them?
That's your headache, Captain. But if Brother Johnson dies, I pity you. Doctor?
He'll live. He's getting the best care we can give. Thank you, Doctor. Surgeon.
All right, okay. Now let's disperse this mob.
That's too much power for one man to have.
That's too much power for one man to have. Classic scene from the movie Malcolm X. When they beat the hell out of Brother Johnson. It's crazy how things change, the things stay the same. And Malcolm led the NOI to the police station, man, to protest. Cop was like, that's too much power for him to have, as he turned around and pointed for the brothers to leave. All in a single file line, all like soldiers. Yes, Malcolm X! Spike Lee. And you are listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and this is a Man Talk Monday / Movie Monday. And we are featuring the movie Malcolm X in a Malcolm X frame of mind, man. I got to be honest with you. This is the first non-documentary and the first American film to be given permission to film in Mecca. A second unit film crew was hired to film in Mecca, but because non-Muslims such as director Spike Lee were not allowed inside the city, Lee fought very hard to get filming in Mecca, but Warner Brothers initially refused to put up the money for location shooting. New Jersey was considered for filming the Mecca segments. In the end, Lee got the money and permission together for filming in Mecca. Wow. Ooh, how about this? A month before the film was released, Spike Lee asked the media outlets to send black journalists to interview him. The request, however, proved controversial. While it was common practice for celebrities to pick interviewers who were known to be sympathetic to them, it was the first time in many years in which race had been used as qualification. Lee clarified that he was not barring white interviewers from interviewing him, but that he felt, given the subject matter of the film, that black writers have more insight about Malcolm than white writers. The request was turned down by the Los Angeles Times, but several others agreed, including Premiere Magazine, Vogue, Interview, and Rolling Stone. The Los Angeles Times explained they did not give writer approval. The editor of Premiere noted that the request created internal discussions that resulted in changes at the magazine, stating, had we had a history of putting a lot of black writers on stories about the movie industry, we'd be in a strong position, but we didn't. It was an interesting challenge he laid down. It caused some personal changes. We've hired black writers and black editors since then. And that's the struggle that we go to in black media every single day. I mean, we just don't have enough people to cover the stories in a professional, responsible way for black interests in this country. And that's sports radio, that's AM radio, that's FM radio, you know. We have music shows, but the sports talk shows and the talk shows in general, way undermanned as far as black interest in this country. And you know about the local news and the national news and Fox News and what they do and how they do it. So once again, the more things change, the more they stay the same. Shouts out to Spike Lee, man. Shouts out to Spike Lee, man. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From, who do we have here? Truck D says, that damn thing must have thought I was a robot then. I was putting all types of ish in the blank. Oh, he's talking about the application. Or it's not really an application. It's like a sign-in sheet on tdss3.com. So go to tdss3.com and sign up and let people know, let our organizers know that you're going to plan to make it to TDSS3 at the end of September. A couple little college football news and notes, man. Texas A&M coach Kevin Sumlin praised the school's decision to cancel an on-campus white nationalist rally scheduled for next month, saying he is proud of university leadership. Sumlin addressed reporters Saturday for the first time since Texas A&M called off the White Lives Matter. Ninjas can't have nothing until you kind of turn around and mock it. White Lives Matter, huh? Citing a majority or a major security risk is why they canceled it. Here's a quote I'm really proud of the school's decision. Someone said, "I was thankful and very, very proud of Chancellor John Sharps and our president to put an end to it." President Wigginton, who is a former Texas A&M student, organized a rally for September 11th. He said he was inspired by last weekend's white nationalist rally in Charlottesville, Virginia, where a vehicle plowed into a group of counter-protesters, killing one and injuring 19. Yeah. And Kevin Sumlin, man, head coach of Texas A&M, you know, I'm sure that him being a black man, he didn't think that it was cool to invite these clowns on campus to preach and promote hate. But this is more so probably to do with football. Like, if you know that type of thing is, I guess, welcomed on your campus and you're a recruit coming in, a black recruit coming in out of high school, something like that would make me have second thoughts about wanting to go to a school like that embraces, you know, that type of culture and that type of rhetoric. So, I think it was personal for Kevin Sumlin, but I also believe it was much business involved with the decision as well, and the desire for these guys not to show up on the campus and, like I said earlier, preach hate. And one last college football note. Georgia coach Kirby Smart says there's still a chance cornerback Malcolm Parrish could be ready for the start of the season following surgery last week to repair a broken bone in his foot. Huh? The season starts in like a couple of days. How you going to repair a broken bone in your foot and be ready to play football in 2 weeks? It must be one of them very insignificant bones that is on your pinky toe or something like that. He said after Sunday's scrimmage that Parrish broke a small bone in his foot and will miss 2 to 4 weeks. Georgia plays Appalachian State on September 2nd. In his opening game, Parrish started 12 games in 2016 and ranked 7th on the team with 49 tackles, so he's a key player to that defense. Georgia is getting Aaron Davis ready to start at cornerback if Parrish can't go. Who was the team that Georgia almost lost to last year? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Nicholas State. Yeah, Nicholas State took Georgia in Athens down to the wire. And you taking on Appalachian State earlier this year, man, do not play around. Remember, Appalachian State is the team that beat Michigan a few years back, which is one of the biggest upsets in college football history. And, yeah, Nicholas State, I think it was Nicholas State. They actually had one of the players from Last Chance U that played for Nicholas State last year, and they came into Athens, and the final score was like 27-24 or something like that, and they had an opportunity to win the game on the last drive, and Georgia stopped them. But, yeah, you can't play around, even though it's Appalachian State. Appalachian State play good football, and you mess around and get an L Appalachian State, the whole season is over before it even starts. Yes, sir. Hey, back in 3 minutes. We'll wrap up today's show. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show.
Blood up on the wall, can you see it? As the people fall from an AK-47, spraying down the hall. Oh, this screaming, this act is so in you.